Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am super duper excited to show you all Tonic Studio Stamp Club. So Tonic Studio Stamp Club is a fairly new thing. I think this is the fourth launch, so it's been going on for 4 months. So if you're familiar with my channel, you must have seen the Tonic Studios Designer's Choice, which is like a die set which is exclusive from Tonic Studios and is available once every month, and there's a new collection that comes out every month. It's the same kind of concept with Stamp Club. It comes out once a month, available only through Tonic Studios, and because this is Stamp Club, you get amazing set of stamps with some dies that go really well with the stamps that are designed. So it's really nice to have a stamp set and a die set together. So if you're a stamper, definitely check out Stamp Club. I will put all the information below for you. Another thing I want to say is if you're a big Tonic fan, please subscribe to Tonic Studios YouTube channel, because every time there's a new launch, whether it's Stamp Club, whether it's Designer's Choice or the Tonic Craft Kit, everything is on that channel. So whenever there's a new thing that comes up, it goes up on the Tonic Studios YouTube channel on the day of the release. So it's a really good idea. If you don't want to miss out on anything, definitely subscribe to Tonic Studios YouTube channel. So what I want to do is create with these. I can't wait. So like I said, this is the fourth set, so this is the fourth month. There was also been this beautiful flower design set, which was the first month, and then the second one was a really cutesy animal related one with coordinating dies, and the third one was another floral one, and they're just really beautiful. This one is a bit different. Obviously you can see the theme is all about moons and trees, and it's got beautiful sayings here. You are my moon, my stars, my everything. Another trip around the moon. Stay wild. Happy birthday. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. Really nice. I'm over the moon for you. Shoot for the moon. In fact, I'm going to take it out of its sleeve so you can see all the stamps. So you get this large moon stamp, this crescent. These little speckles, very useful. If you've got a white opaque stamp pad, you can add your own little, almost like splatters. You've got some stars, you've got trees, and then you've got the mountains. And then the dies, with these dies, they're not let me just get this out. It's a really nice big set of dies as well. It's just stuck to the packaging. Just one sec. So they come really well packaged in their own little sleeve. So the moon here, I think this die over here fits nicely over that, so that's nice. Then you get this large crescent here. These mountain outer dies, they're not meant to go over this, but you can create lots of layers with these outer dies here. And then you've got some stars, and then I really like this one, which is like you can create a silhouette of trees, whether you want to use black card, green card, whatever you want to use. Again, it's there to create a lot of dimension. So really lovely stamp and die set. And what I'm going to do now is put all this to one side, get some colouring stuff out, get some cards out, and I'll show you what I'll be making. So another thing I forgot to mention, these stamps and dies are actually created or inspired by a lovely lady called Maria. I'm going to put Maria's YouTube channel below as well, so if you're interested in the Stamp Club, she's got her own YouTube channel where there's a lot of inspiration there as well. So let's get creating and get some things out. I've got a few bits and pieces prepped here for my card. I've got a Tonic Studios 5x7 card base. I've cut out a couple of layers of the mountain, so I've just used the edge die, and the width of the card that I've used is the same as the card base. So I've used that, and then I've just taken the 2 dies to create 2 different levels of mountains. I've also cut out some green card, and this is fern green craft. In fact, this one as well, I've got the name for it if you are interested. So I've got the fern green for the green, and then oyster grey for the mountains. So they're not going to be this bright. I am going to go over with them with some black ink, and for the background I want to create this myself with some inks and some inking techniques. So for that I've got my large Nuvo brush blender. So I've got this here ready to go. This is a brand new one, so that's going to be used today. I've got my Storm Cloud shimmer powder. I'm not sure if I'll be using this or not. Like I said, I'm just experimenting. And for my inks, I've got my hybrid inks. I've got the Black Shadow and Empire Blue. And then I've got a couple of my smaller ink pads in Metro Grey and also some soft suede. So I want to see what kind of background I want to go for. I want to create almost like a beautiful night scene. So let's get started and create this background. Okay, so this is my background and it is still drying. So while that's still drying, I'm going to be doing a few more bits and pieces, but you can see how beautiful that looks. So using that black and blue ink pad at the beginning, it covered the background, and when I've spritzed it with the colors I've used, I'll show you again. I've got the Storm Cloud in the shimmer powder. I've also got the Lilac Waterfall because I liked that purpley pink burst, and then finally I wanted to add a tiny bit of the gold speckling, and so I've used a Sun Ray Crowset, I believe it's called, and these are all shimmer powders. So just give you another quick look, and it looks so beautiful. So I'm going to put this to one side and then I'm going to work on my layers. Now if you have a look, these look too bright to be going onto a dark night scene. So what I want to do is make these look like they are in the dark, in the night. So what I want to do is take some inks, and this time I'll be using just having to think, I'm going to be using my Marl Grey again, and then I want to use the soft suede, oops, and then I think I also want to use my Black Shadow again. So let's get this out here. The other thing I've actually already cut out, which I want to show you, are my moons. Now, I couldn't decide whether I wanted a moon which was slightly cream on the background, which I'm gonna distress a bit, or did I want it white, or did I want it smaller size. So I'm gonna put the smaller ones to a side because I've decided I'm not going to use the small ones. And then what I'm going to do is colour these both, and then I'm going to see which one looks best on my background. So I'll do the moons last. Let's work on these. I'm just going to zoom in a bit, and I'm going to use a small blending brush this time because I want to catch the edges. So I'm just using this inexpensive blending brush. So I've got both my moon crescents coloured. I love the effect they both have, and you know when water dries on card, you can see the beautiful, almost like what do you call it, the the crates in the moon. So I've got the white and the cream. I'm going to put it against this background, and I'm going to see, this isn't dry fully yet, so I'm going to be blasting it, and I think they both look so gorgeous. I'm going to zoom out a bit and show you. And don't forget to always clean your mat, your glass mat, as you're going. I mean, this looks really nice as well, so I'm going to put all of it on here. The only thing I want to add to my mountains is a tiny bit of white, and to my trees, but that's looking really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to add white to these, and I've not decided on my moons yet. So let's add a bit of white to my mountains, and I think I'm going to use some pigment based ink pad, and this is just a white ink pad, and all I'm going to do is just kind of brush it over so it just catches bits and just creates a bit of interest, and it's not just like the dark colors, because when you have a bit of moonlight you get highlights on the natural surroundings. I think that looks quite good like that. And then I'm going to do the same again here. So this is just some white pigment ink. Okay, so yeah, like that. Okay, maybe a tiny bit more up here. Okay, and then onto my trees as well, just to catch. There are some embossed bits on the trees. I'm just going to catch it with this ink pad, and then a tiny bit on the tops, because the moon is above all of this, so there'll be a tiny bit of highlight on the top of the trees. And I don't want it to look like snow, so I'm going to be very subtle, just as a little highlight more than anything. Okay, so that, I think that looks better already. So now I'm going to put this card together with a sentiment. This time I've created my card base from Tonic Studios 300 GSM card, and it's 6 inches by 5.5, and it's going to be a 10-fold card. And then I've got some Tonic Studios watercolor card again. So this time I'll be using a combination of my Aquaflow, and I've got this shimmer powder in Blue Blitz, and I want to use some more of my stamps for this card. So I'm going to create my background first, and for that I'll be using this watercolor card, which I've already cut to size, and it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card base. So this is my background. It is almost dry. I'm just going to put it to a side. I've given it a blast with my heat tool. So I like the way it's looking, and I don't want it to be like really dark like my previous card. So now what I want to do is create again another moon. This time I'm going to use this one from the stamp set, and then I'm going to come back to this once it's dry and do a bit more stamping on this. Now that this background is dry, I want to do some stamping on the actual background. So the first thing I want to do is stamp out my moon. So I'm going to take my large moon stamp from the stamp sheet, and I want to create an embossed effect on this. So I'll be using my Clear Mark embossing powder for this, and all I'm going to do is just put some of this Clear Mark ink onto my stamp, and then make sure your background is actually fully dry before you attempt this, because otherwise you're gonna get embossing powder stuck everywhere. And then I want to add my moon, probably like that, to the top left corner, and then give it a good push down. And then hopefully you can see, after I put my embossing powder on, what's happened there. So I've got some white embossing powder. And I've totally missed that section there. So I'm just going to put some more embossing powder on this little section here, and then drop it out. That looks really, really beautiful. I've just got a tiny bit there that I don't want. So now what I'm going to do is just hit this with my heat tool. So now onto some stamping. That looks amazing. I'm going to remove this stamp, and then I'm going to put down, you can use your stamping platform if you want, and because this isn't like really hard stamping, if you like, I'm just going to be doing some repeat stamping of these trees. So I've got my stamp on here. I'll be using my black shadow ink pad for this. And all I'm going to do is just stamp some trees at the bottom. Okay, make sure you get loads of ink on, and then do some repeat stamping. So that finishes both my cards for today. You can see I've used more of the dies on this card and then more stamping on this one. You can create whatever colorways you like, and they're just so much fun. I mean, if you know me on my channel, I don't really do a lot of stamping and coloring. I just stick to my dies, my flowers and my butterflies. But these were so nice to work with because everything is thought out for you. The dies match the stamps, and the stamps work together with, you know, what you have in your stash. And you know, you can use your inks, you can use your shimmer powders, and you can just go to town and play. And what's gonna happen if you just experiment? It's just a piece of paper. You can, you know, you can just get rid of it and start again. But you can see how easily these came together. I need to wash my hands. But I love the way these look. I love the stamp set. I think it's so versatile. I love the sentiments that it comes with, and the dies are just amazing as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some inspiration. Check out all the links below, so where you can find all these beautiful products from Tonic Studios. And like I said earlier on, definitely check out Tonic Studios YouTube channel, where you're going to find so much inspiration, and you're going to be up to date with what's available, what's launching, etc. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.